What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops 7 video. Today I'm going to share 33 tips with you guys that I use every single time I play a game, and I'm going to show you guys that it's really easy to do for yourselves as well. So let's get into this. You guys will improve, you guys will get more kills, you guys will raise your KD. Let's start off with tip number one. Tip number one is just in the settings really quickly. Let's get it out of the way. I'm going to tell you guys 100% of the time, lower your sensitivity, all right? If you're playing above a 1.75, you're playing a little too high. If you're playing below a 1.50, 1.55, you might be playing a little too low. Honestly, I used to never tell people what to use for their sensitivity, but you got to do it. Number two, you want to go over to a private match before you get into your own game. So you're going to hit find game, you're going to set private match, you're going to press create private match, and then you're just going to go ahead and set it to teams. You're going to be on team number one, and you're just going to go to team number two, put on 11 bots, which is the max, set them to recruit, press confirm, do whatever map you want, and then press start. After doing that, just get 10, 20, 30 kills even on bots, just to warm up a little bit, and then go online. You don't have to get hundreds, but just get a little. Next, we're going to go back into the settings, and we're going to go over to graphics, and you are going to 100% want to turn off all these things here. Next, we're going to go back into the settings. We're going to hit graphics and we're going to go over to quality. In quality, you're going to scroll down. I don't know if you guys are going to have it, but most people should. Depth of field, you are going to turn off. Then you're going to go to view and you're going to turn off weapon and world motion blue. I don't know what I was going to say there. And then make sure that your first person and third person camera movement are set to 50. Having all of these off is going to have everything nice and smooth. The enemies will not blur into the background and you'll be able to see them and track them really easily. At number 4, don't spray and pray at long distance. If I try to shoot this guy, my gun's going to kind of go all over the place, as you guys can see right there. I took a whole mag and I was over exaggerating it, but I didn't even kill him. Instead, what you want to do in a gunfight like this is just tap fire your gun, and this way the recoil is going to reset every time and it's going to look like I'm not missing a single shot. Well, I actually didn't miss a single shot doing that, so that's what you want to do instead. You want to tap fire this gun instead of just spraying and going all over the place. At number 5, you want to slide just to reposition. If I'm running out here, I'm not going to slide like this for no reason. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But if I'm over here, enemies are there and they see me, I'm going to slide over to this side and get myself to cover and then slide like that. And boom, I'm behind a nice other head glitch. They might not expect me here, and I could probably drop them if I wasn't using an SMG. Same goes for here. If I'm running out in the open and I see somebody there, well, instead of staying out in the open, I'm going to slide, get behind cover, and then peek back out and try and drop him that way. If you want to get the rarest camos like the Gold, Arclight, Tempest, or Singularity, but don't have the time to grind, MMO EXP has got you guys covered, super cheap, and someone will grind it for you. And within less than a week, you guys will have every single thing unlocked. If you guys need all those headshots, anything you want, they got you, and they have 24/7 support as well, so if you guys need any help, they got you with that as well. Use code IT'sNick, you guys will save 8% off. Trust me, it's awesome. Just click the link down in the description. And number 7 kind of goes with this. You want to end movement in a position of cover. You don't want to just slide and then stand here and start shooting someone, or you don't want to jump, stand here and start shooting at someone. Instead, you want to go behind cover. So where's the cover here? You might think, well, just slide behind here, and then right there you're behind a nice little head glitch. You can just pop out right there and draw people. And the same goes if I'm running here and I'm jumping off this wall, I'm going to slide behind this one right here to get to cover and then peek back out like that, instead of just staying out in the open and going like this. Wee, here I am, buddy, shoot me, I'm here, I'm ready to die. Don't do that. Make sure that you're always in a position where you guys can save yourselves. Go right here, slide behind this thing, and then pop off like that. At number 8, you want to pre-aim where enemies mostly are. So if I'm running out here, I'm not just going to run out like that into the open and not look anywhere. I'm going to have my center dot placed nicely into that top window up there, because that's where enemies mostly are, and then this way I'm pretty close to where they will be. So either if I'm coming out this way and my crosshair's pointed there, well, I already don't see anybody here, so I'm not worried. And then now I'm here, I'm pointed at the window. If they're not there, I barely have to readjust. If they are right here, I could easily just drop them as well, instead of me running out like this and then, oh, someone's there, I gotta turn my whole entire body around just to try and drop them. Number 8, you want to abuse head glitches. Guys, look, there's a head glitch right here. There's another one right here. You don't want to stand out in the open like this and try and shoot someone when you could literally be in this power position right here and try and shoot the same person. You can even get behind the car. There's another head glitch. Anywhere you go on this map, there's head glitches right here. You're on another heady. You could crouch down and draw people. Oh, look, another one right here. It's literally head glitches everywhere. There's one right here where you could draw people from. You could even hop up here, which is even better because now you have a high area, which is really good. You could draw people. You got to use head glitches. They're everywhere in this game, and you want to definitely abuse them. Here's another little weird one that you could even use just to like scare people if they're running out that way. They're literally everywhere. You might as well use it, abuse it, and do what you got to do with it. At number 10, you want to memorize choke points and all those things on maps. So right here, for example, is a great choke point. People will be pushing from there. People might push from the middle, but it's less likely, but people will be pushing from there. So you want to get yourself to a position of power, which again, right here is a pretty decent head glitch. Not the best one, but you could definitely see when they're coming. You could even come closer like this if you want to and hold them off right here in this little corner. You want to make sure you're doing that at all times. And you want to do it for every single map. Next thing, you want to predict the spawn by keeping an eye on that mini-map. And what I mean by that is not keeping an eye for red dots, but keep an eye for your teammates. If I'm here on the center of the map, right? The enemies are all spawning here, but then out of nowhere, one of my teammates starts running out in this area, well, they're not going to spawn here anymore. Now I'm in a very bad position because I'm standing this way waiting for people to spawn, but they're all going to be spawning that side. They're going to catch me back like this. So what do? Just switch sides like this. Now they're all going to be spawning there because you got your teammates all here doing whatever they want, and now you already know they're coming there. Or you could even just get out of this area in general, try and catch some people running this way, and do what you got to do. Next one is when you're playing hardpoint, you want to just rotate early. And this is going to give you two things. This is going to make you guys, well, obviously get the point early, but it's also going to make it so that you get a nice little power position on the enemies. Imagine this is a hardpoint right here. Well, I'm on it early. There's 5 seconds left on the other hardpoint. No one's really rushing yet, but by the time they all come, I'm going to be gathering a lot of points on it, and I'll have a nice position to drop everybody off nice and easily as well. And my team is also going to be spawning closer to the hardpoint because I'm already holding it. Number 13. Did I say that already? I'm not sure. This kind of goes with what I was speaking about earlier. Do not push the enemy spawns. If the enemies are all spawning on this side of the map here, there's no reason you should be on that side of the map. Let them keep those spawns. If they keep those spawns, you could keep dropping them as they're coming to push you and stuff, and you don't have to worry about it. My biggest pet peeve is when I have A flag and B flag in domination and my random teammate starts capturing C. You just ruined the whole entire flow of the game, bro. And if I was on a nice streak and stuff, oh my god, I would just be so angry at that. At number 15, I'm going to give you guys an example of bad ego challenging and something you shouldn't do. If I'm running through here and I start getting shot and, oh, I'm so weak right now, right? And I get to cover, the last thing you want to do is hop back out and try to find them. What you want to do instead is pop a stim, and then you can just hold off a sec, heal up fully, and then you can start pushing out again and doing what you got to do. If you know someone's here. If you don't even know where they're at, honestly, if I started getting shot while I'm here and I don't know where someone's at, they could be up here, they could be over here, they could be here. If I'm getting shot, I'm just out, you know? I'm just leaving. I'm just going this way. I might come around here, try and slide, get myself here, and do what I got to do and try and find them this way, but I'm not challenging that again. They might be waiting for me again, and then I can just pick them off like this as they try and look for me. Number 16, you want to hug walls everywhere you run. Instead of running out in the open like this in the center of the lane and being an easy target to hit, run against the wall instead. And this way, well, you could keep an eye ahead here, but imagine that wasn't even there. This way, if anybody's standing in this corner, they won't see me coming until I'm right on the head glitch already, and I could pop them off. If I'm running out here in the open, I might not see them in that corner, and they could already start shooting at me, and I'm just dropped really easily. So I always say, hug a wall as close as you can whenever you're running on the map, and it'll keep you alive a lot more than you think. Number 17, high ground is going to win a lot of gunfights, all right? That's why you're going to see a lot of people here crouched like this, waiting for you. Even if you're on a heady and stuff, they have a way better position. They're above you. They're going to see more of your body. You're going to see just their forehead while they're up here. So you want to give yourself high ground a lot of the time, and it's going to help you guys win a lot of the gunfights. Another thing is you want to, at number 18, you want to always assume that the enemy is holding a very, very obvious lane. And for this reason, it's going to make you guys play more cautious. And I'm going to go use that big lane again just to show you guys what I'm talking about. That's this lane right here. If I assume somebody's holding that head glitch there, I'm not going to just run out and try to do what I want. I'm going to like kind of play it smart, right? I might go prone and try and pick him off like this. I might go crouch and then jump up like that, try to pick him off. I'm not going to run around like a headless chicken. And then if I assume someone's here, I'm going to also look here, and it should mitigate at least me getting shot on the side. I should be able to at least give myself somewhat of a chance to win. Again, number 19. I talk about this one a lot, but let's say I killed 3 people right here. I'm not going to stay here anymore because now they're all going to be spawning back there. They're all going to be throwing grenades. They're going to be throwing a bunch of stuff in this direction. I'm not going to stand here. What I could do if I'm feeling really ballsy is I could jump up here and try to get them this way. But for the most part, if I kill people all in that area, I'm going to leave. I'm going to wait. I'm going to come down here, see if they're trying to cross and stuff, or see if they're trying to come through center, pick them up here, get a few more kills here. Now I could either go back to that spot now that I got a few kills, or I could rotate again back to this side here or something, see if anyone's there. No one's there. Okay, I'll give myself the high ground and do what I got to do this way. Peek like that. No one's there. Okay, come this way and do what I got to do. I'm not going to overstay my welcome in a certain area because it's just going to cause you to die, and they're all going to be coming for revenge. And bonus tip, don't seek revenge. If someone kills you, don't go back for them. Don't try and rage and get them and stuff. Just play the game. You'll get them eventually. Don't worry about it. I backed out to show you guys something, but I forgot to mention at number 20, after every single gunfight, you want to quickly reposition, even if it's only a few meters away. This way, nobody could pre-aim you, especially if you appear on the radar when firing. You won't be able to get pre-aimed, you won't be able to get pre-shot or anything. So just move, even if it's just a few millimeters and stuff, it will help you guys out as well. At number 21, when you're building a class setup, a lot of people focus on ADS and sprint to fire speed, but if you're building a class setup on an AR, for example, you don't need that as much. What I would recommend is getting something that's going to give you some sort of damage range, but you also want something that's going to give you a lot of recoil control. So we're going to focus on damage range here, but instead we're going to actually put it on this one right here. This one's actually really nice, and then we'll get a little more damage range right there, and then we should be focusing on some sort of attachment that's going to give us some sort of recoil control. Now this gun doesn't have too much recoil, so it's not probably the best example to give, but we'll throw this on, for example, and then in the stock we'll look for something as well. There's vertical right here, and that should be nice. And then in the fire mods, well, honestly I like this one. I know it gives damage range and stuff, but it's good. Now I have a class that is built for recoil control but also range at the same time, whereas I don't really need it up close. I'm not going to be using this gun up close too much. The recoil control is solid, you guys can see it there, and if your recoil control is solid, even if you have fast ADS and fast sprint to fire time, if you have bad recoil on those classes, I might start shooting and then start shooting up because my recoil control is not there. So even if someone starts shooting a millisecond later because their ADS is lower, as long as they hit every shot, they will beat you in a gunfight. At number 22, you want to have this crosshair be your eyes when you're running around the map. You want to have it pointed at doorways like this right here when you're running, and then if you see no one there, now you point it here, and you want to have it at chest height as well. So many times I'm playing this game and people are pointed at the ground while running. This is not going to help. If somebody's up here, well, I'm kind of screwed looking at the ground, right? I might see him with my eyes, but by the time I actually react, I have to readjust. I might over adjust like you guys just saw there, and it just sucks. Or if I'm pointed at the ground and now someone's at the door, again, I got to readjust. I'm pretty quick at it, so it's not bad, but some people aren't that fast. So make sure that you have this pointed at chest level so that even if someone pops up, you can just start shooting and ADSing at the same time. And as you do that, before you even fully ADS, some shots may actually connect and help you kill the guy a lot faster. At number 23, you want to use sound, all right? Audio. This is something that's going to help you guys out tremendously. I'm going to recommend playing with, well, maybe not the Treyarch mix. I still haven't yet found a very good one yet. Sucker Punch is usually pretty good. We'll throw that on. But you want to play with a headset if you have one, and you're going to hear footsteps. You're going to hear everything. This is just going to help you guys out a lot. And if you use sound cues, let's say I'm sitting right here in this corner. I'm being a little corner camper, right? But now I hear someone coming on the right. Do I stay in this corner and wait for him to push? Or if I hear someone behind me and someone here at the same time, I'm going to push out, get behind this heady, drop him, and then go and try and get this guy as well. Drop shot him and get him as well. Because I heard both footsteps. I hear where they're coming from. A lot of people play just out of their TV sound, and honestly, it's not enough. It's really not enough. If you're at a huge disadvantage doing that. At number 24, if I kill someone, or not even kill him, let's say I shoot someone in this doorway, I get him really weak, I'm not weak at all, I'm not going to blindly push this door. It doesn't make sense because there could be someone here, there could be someone here. I'm not going to blindly push in here and try and drop him, and then he uses stim and he's on a heady like this right here, for example, and I'm at a really weak position. It's not smart to do. If you weaken someone, and I do this all the time, if I shoot at someone here, I weaken him, I'm gone. I don't care, whatever. I'm not going to wait for him to re-challenge. I'm just going to push over somewhere else, try to get people, try to do what I got to do, and play smart. Another thing I like to do in gunfights a lot is break enemies' movement, or at least tracking and aim. So what you want to do in a gunfight, especially if you're hugging a wall or something, is just bounce off of it and start, as you're shooting at someone, just go like this as you're shooting at him, and this way, it might actually just break him, and he might not be able to track you fast enough, he might be too slow, he might not see you jump up, and then after you do it, a little bonus is if you drop shot. That'll be pretty nice as well. It works out sometimes I don't get the drop shot off perfectly, but if you guys could do that, it does end up being really nice. They lose it, they don't know what to aim at, they're like, and you're just like, ha 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 ha, dead. At number 26, don't tunnel vision the objective. If the enemies have B, all right, I didn't mean to stim there, but if the enemies have B, this is B flag right here in domination, and they kill me, and then I respawn. Let's just do it. Let's just be dramatic, all right? So they kill me. I'm dead. All right, dang. All right, here, I'm back. Oh, here I am again. What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to try and go back for B. You're going to come here. You're going to be like, ha, 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 I got it, ha, ha, ha. Boom, there's another guy here. There's another guy here. There's a guy there. There's a guy up there. You're dead, all right? Just get out of there. There's even a guy camping in here for some reason. I don't know why people stay in here. It's not even a good spot, but they do. You're dead. And then you respawn, and then you come back. Don't keep doing that. That's going to keep causing you to die. Instead, if I respawn on this side, I might just try to go this way. and then try to flank them. Or I might even take the long way around and go underground and try and flank them that way, and then that way I could kill the guy up here. Then I get the power position up here, and I could pick him off. I could pick off the guy there. I could pick off the guy here. It's just really nice to play like that. You got to think ahead when you're playing. Don't just think of the moment. Think ahead. Number 27, use stims, all right? If you get shot at, let's say I'm shot here like crazy, run away but stim at the same time, because he might ego challenge you, and get yourself to a better position. What I like to do, honestly, is just play Ring Around the Rosie and see if he's going to come around that way. But yeah, just make sure you're using stims, or use stims just to get away. If I'm caught out in the open, let's say I'm sitting right here out in the open, there's a guy up there, and I just want to get away. I don't even want to challenge him because he's going to beat me. Well, I'm going to stim when I get behind here, and then go right back behind object again, and this way he loses his line of sight. I'm behind here, I could get inside and clear myself. A lot of people, they give the enemy the line of sight. They'll start getting shot at, they're going to run here, they're going to stim, and then they're going to run back this way and get shot in the back. But instead, what you should do, honestly, even if there's someone here, and somebody up here at the same time, and somebody here at the same time, get behind here, hug this wall, and then you want to slide out, get up, slide again behind cover, and now I'm right behind this one, and I can run this way, and only then will this guy possibly see me if he moves up. So you got to think of what's behind you as well. You got to have cover behind you as well at all times. Number 27. Don't use TikTok builds. TikTok builds are made for movement. They're made for looking cool. They're made for playing nice and stuff. They're not going to help you guys win gunfights, all right? If you don't have the skill and you can't use any single class in the game, you do not want to be using TikTok builds because they're just not going to help you whatsoever. So I'm not going to recommend TikTok builds ever, at least in my opinion, or at least the ones that are not too good. You could double jump that? I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought you could only jump once. What? Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. All right. Next off, at number 29, you want to use streaks you could earn. All right. I got one on right now that's 1050. I know I could earn that every single game if I tried. All right. I'll know I'll get it every single game. If you can't get your highest streak every single game, it's too high for you. Do not use it. Or at least every second game. Honestly, just don't use it. It's way too high for you. I wish I had a bed like this. This is a nice looking bed. But yeah, anyways, yeah, don't do that. Use streaks that are going to help you guys out. Use streaks that you could earn every single game, multiple times a game as well. Oh, poor thing. And then you'll be good to go. At number 30, with that said, I recommend UAVs a lot, all right? UAVs, anything that's going to give you guys radar is going to work out really nicely, and I'm always going to recommend using those because you're going to see where the enemies are at. Some people have ghosts, but it is what it is, and I just honestly love it. At number 31, say I get into a gunfight here. I do everything right. I slide behind cover. I get this heady. I start shooting at this guy, but I still die. What do? I watch my kill cam. Honestly, I want to see what I did wrong. I want to see what he sees, and especially if my latency is at like 60 or something, I know all my movement and my reaction is going to be late. Should I have re-challenged him? Was he tracking me nicely? Who is this dude? Why is he outgunning me? That's what I like to see in the kill feed, and then I know that if he likes to hug the right side of the map, but he drops me a lot in the game, I'm not going to stay there. It's just not going to work out in my opinion. Another thing is you want to play to your strength. If I'm a rusher and I like getting up close and stuff, I'm using an SMG, I get into close range, I'm not going to challenge someone with an SMG at this range. It makes no sense. I'm not going to force myself to play this. It just, I mean, I might ego chow once in a while, but it doesn't make sense. All right, let's be honest. If I'm an AR player, I'm not going to rush in here really fast knowing there's 5 guys behind there. It just doesn't make sense either. You got to play your play style, and if you have a strong play style, and let's say your strong play style is being an SMG, don't run around with a sniper. And I know my spot, I know my place, I'm good at sniping, but I'm not great at it, so I'm not going to do it every single game. And another one, don't get yourself, this is number 33 by the way guys, don't get yourself to the point of actually raging. If a lobby's not working, if you're coming here, you're shooting this guy, he's out in the open, you're behind a heady, he kills you, you get angry, you respawn, you hold this spot, you try to drop someone else, you're on a heady, and they kill you. Instead of getting angry, honestly, just back out. That lobby's not for you. They have better connection. It's just not working out. Just back out, look for a new one, and it is what it is. And if every game is just stressful, you're playing and you're just getting angry at every single death, you're just gonna die more. Just take a break, bro. Get off 20 minutes, get off an hour, it doesn't matter. Take a break and hop off just for a little bit, and then come back when you're fresh, and you will play so much better, trust me on that. But that's it for the video guys. If you didn't like it, make sure to drop a like on this, subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any tips anybody else could use, make sure to leave it down in the comments below. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.